Wow. I have no words except wow. This this totally came out of left field. I don't even like I knew Kaulig Racing had plans to go full time, but I never expected it to be like this. So the gist of it, I have my phone here because that's where I found this report. It was reported in at 2:30 p.m. The announcement was made at 2:30 p.m. Colleague Racing announced this morning that that was the time that they will make their announcement, and the announcement is that Colleague Racing will run full time in the Cup Series, but not just one, but two full-time cars. They acquired two charters from Spire Motorsports. They acquired a 77 charter and the charter that they leased to Trackhouse Racing, the 99 team. So they have Kaulig Racing now owns those two charters, and they're gonna be running two full time teams, and they're doing this similar to how Spire is doing this season. They have one full-time driver in Justin Haley, so Justin Haley is going full-time in the Cup Series next season, and AJ Allmendinger will be running part-time. Now, it was already announced that Kaulig Racing will go full-time in Cup, and that AJ Allmendinger will be running in some capacity. He will be running the Daytona 500, and then he will be running all of the remaining super speedway and road course races. So that basically amounts to 11 or 12 races. Roughly a third of the schedule will be driven by Allmendinger. The original plan was of course, for Kaulig Racing to run one full-time team with a rotation of drivers like Casgrala, Allmendinger, Justin Haley. But now, with them having two charters, of course, they can put Justin Haley full time because he's like their main guy. He's their top priority right now. He's the youngest guy of in their team, and then they will have Casgrala and Allmendinger. Of course, Allmendinger has been announced, but I expect them to announce Casgrala as well because Grala has been pretty good. He's one of the more underrated drivers in NASCAR right now. So if Casgrala does not get at least some part-time seat on Kaulig Racing's second Cup entry, I'm gonna riot. That's just literally. I'm gonna be very mad if Grala gets screwed over again. But yeah, this came out of left field. I didn't think that Kaulig Racing had it in them to. I thought that Kaulig Racing will make it to the Cup Series only one full-time team, and then they will expand, similar to how 2311 and Trackhouse are doing. They will start a single car team, and then they would expand as time goes on. No, they're gonna start out as a two-car operation in the Cup Series, which is kind of ambitious, but at the same time, if you have the money to do it, and there's plenty of money because the next gen car is gonna be cost effective, and we're actually seeing the effects of it because just yesterday GMS Racing announced that they were also gonna be running in the Cup Series in some capacity. Of course, they still do not know. They still have not made plans if they're gonna be running full time or part time. My guess is it's gonna be part time. They haven't announced any drivers. So some speculation is that Sheldon Creed might be one of those drivers. Maybe Saint Smith as well. Hell, maybe even Chase Purdy because Chase Purdy he has that sponsorship. Of course, some fans won't like it, but I mean, look at Anthony Alfredo and Quinn Half. Sponsorship can get you a long way, even if you don't have the experience to go for it. But I digress. It's basically a good time for. It's a good day to be a NASCAR fan with this, with so many teams like Kaulig, GMS, Trackhouse 2311 expanding, and and even JR Motorsports, they're actually planning on making a move to the Cup Series. They still haven't formally announced it, but there have been rumors of it. The fact that they are considering a move to the Cup Series is a very telling sign of how impactful, financial wise, the next gen car is. And that car hasn't even hit the track, and I am already so hyped for that. NASCAR has really done a really great job with the marketing and all of the handling of their promotion of the next gen car, promoting, of course, their best season ever. Even celebrities like Michael Jordan, Pitbull getting into NASCAR. It's a great time to be a NASCAR fan. NASCAR is on the upswing for the first time in like nearly a decade, it seems like. But yeah, back to the Kaulig situation. So with Kaulig having now 2 full-time cars, this pretty much leaves Trackhouse without a charter, because remember, those 2 charters that Kaulig Racing acquired were the 77 and the 99 for the 77 and 99 team. So one of the Spire charters, and then the Trackhouse charter that Spire had leased to them, because Spire owns 3 charters. So Spire now only has 1 charter for the 7 team of Corey LaJoie. So Corey LaJoie, who stays under contract with Spire for 1 more season, he will stay there. Spire will go back to a single car operation unless they start running the 77 on a part-time basis, which I believe it's possible for them to still do that. The 99 goes to being an open team, which means that once again Daniel Suarez is in a similar situation to where he was in 2020. Now, of course, he's on a much better team now, but for 2022, the Cup Series field will be a lot more competitive. So it could be a bit of a hassle for Suarez to actually make a few more races. He's gonna have to work a little more to make a few more races, because when he was in the 96, he only failed to qualify for 1 race, and he was basically making the other races pretty much by default, since he basically had no other competition. But yeah, I really hope Trackhouse gets a charter, because they're looking to expand to a second team, and you need charters for that. Gosh, I hate the charter system so much. But I mean, if that's the way NASCAR wants to do it, I mean, I'm starting to question it. Charters are actually really... There has been chatter about how much value these charters have, since so many teams want to now get into the Cup Series full time, and they want a guaranteed spot in all 36 races. Teams and owners are actually starting to monitor the value, to gauge the value of these charters, and they're actually saying, hey, maybe we should, since there's higher demand, maybe we should raise the pricing upwards to $10 million for a charter, I believe. It's the pricing, and this could create an issue where the charter prices could be so high up that I don't think any team will be interested in running full time in the Cup Series, or they could be running full time but as an open team, as a non-guaranteed full time entry. Of course, I'm just not a fan of the charter system. Just let them go back to the old make it qualifying on speed formula and stuff like that. But I mean, if the charter system exists, also there has been also some rumors that Kaulig Racing may actually give up one of their charters. So maybe Trackhouse can actually take one of those Kaulig charters. Of course, I would love it for just Kaulig to just give all of their charters out. Maybe keep one of them and then go back to being a single car team, because Kaulig Racing being a 4-car team of rolling chicanes is just not the way to go. I mean, look how they are look how they are performing in the Xfinity series. They're actually pretty good in Xfinity. They're actually been a top 25 team in the Xfinity series because they only have a single car entry. They can focus on one car. But in the Cup series, you have 4 full-time entries, all of them being back markers. I think it would be best for Kaulig Racing to downsize. Maybe just keep one charter and then give the other 3 to, I don't know, Trackhouse. Give 2 to Trackhouse and 1 to 2311. If GMS decides to run full time, maybe you could give one of those charters to them. Who knows? But yeah, that's all I got. It's a pretty great time to be a NASCAR fan. The next generation of NASCAR is off to a wild start, and you'll have to see it.